This show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not mistake this show for medical advice. If you or anyone you know is in need of a dentist, please contact 480-391-0099 to set up an appointment.
Welcome to our podcast. Sit back and relax. Dental Works Podcast. We're gonna share some facts. We gonna raise your dental IQ at the Dental Works Podcast. We will guide you. Put out some bad jokes before we are through. Free information here just for you. Sit back and have a good time.
Today is December 2nd, 2022, and this is episode number 106 of the Dental Works Podcast, the show about learning the ins and outs of dentistry from a patient's perspective. I'm Ted Work, and that over there is Dr. Terry Work. And that over there is Marketing Director Miranda Jones.
Hello.
Dental Works is a family dental practice based in Scottsdale, Arizona that has been providing cosmetic and surgical dentistry for over 27 and a half years. We got in under the wire. I was timing myself. Under 40 seconds.
Nice.
Killing it.
Good job.
Just bask in my accomplishment.
Boo.
No, we are here today to speak specifically about a specific topic.
And that is our favorite rap singers.
Okay, we're going to try to
Eminem.
Please don't.
Versus.
Please stop.
That I just told you all the rap singers.
We're going to. The fact that you call it rap singers it tells me everything I need to know.
Rap.
We are talking about
Poets.
today, not rappers. We're talking about 3D printers. Now,
Awesome.
Terry, what the hell's a 3D printer?
Well, you take a 2D printer.
Okay.
You add
A whole D?
an entire D.
Right.
Which reminds me of my favorite rap singer.
Lil D.
Lil D.
Lil Durk.
I don't even know.
So what? You don't know?
D.
So 3D printers
Correct.
are cool.
They're just cool.
They're not just cool. Exactly. They're not just
Right.
cool. They are, in fact, a tool you can use. Now, how could you possibly use such a thing in a line of work such as yours?
Yes. Well, so we already use 3D printers. We just use them with our lab. Our lab 3D prints things.
Okay.
Mostly right now surgical guides, but we're looking at the possibility of getting an in-house 3D printer to streamline things or make it a little bit more efficient in our workflow and that kind of stuff. Keep some stuff in-house. And so that's just, again, and I've talked tons of times over the 105
This is 106.
podcast. 105. This is 106.
You're right.
Okay.
We've actually done more
Stick
than
with
that.
me.
We've done more than that, but I don't think we
Why is
talked
he
about,
touching me?
I don't think we did talked about 3D printers in those episodes.
No, but I'm just saying, in a lot of those we talk about, I like to institute technology that makes me a better dentist.
Yes.
Because it's almost like, oh, I got a 3D printer, but now I'm an asshole. You know, I want to keep... No.
Yeah, your philosophy is airtight on this.
There's certain things that a dental office you want to maintain, so you would never get something at the removal of something
I used to go to that dentist, but he got a 3D printer.
He got a
and became
3D
an
printer. Now
asshole.
he's an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's almost like there's only enough room for X amount of things.
Right.
So you have to like get rid
You
of
can
them.
only use. There's like a word bank of cool sciencey
Right.
words like
So, like,
laser.
what do we get
and
rid of?
robot. You can't have. You only have like 5 of those.
So we're still nice when we get you numb. However, we're talking about no. So we looked into this because again, we went to the ICOI,
Right.
And they talked about digital dentistry and all this stuff. And I signed up for a whole bunch of new classes, and it's But so now all I do all day between patients is look at 3D printing videos
Nice.
and read that assigned book you gave me. And
Good. How's that coming along? How are you? Yeah, you good?
Pretty good. Almost through the prologue. And so, I know there's going to be a test.
takes a
So I'm
second. It
studying
takes a second.
But no. So, I mean, any viable, any successful business, doesn't matter what it was. You're either growing or dying. There ain't no other direction. So you're always looking at ways that you can improve service or your product or that kind of thing.
It is a dark outlook.
You have to. I learned that from Tommy Boy, the movie. There ain't no third direction. You're either growing or dying. But the 3D printing thing is, do you bring it in-house and does it make sense? And things that you can print are like crowns and bridges and dentures and all sorts of different stuff. Implant guides. And again, an implant guide is just something that helps guide the placement of an implant. It's pretty self-explanatory.
That totally makes sense.
But right. And so, but the only issue becomes you have to figure out, does it really allow you to be a better dentist or give better service, or does it take away from the doctor-patient interaction? Like, because sometimes you're just like, crown in a day. Well, a lot of times that patient has to sit there while the restoration is being manufactured. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing research and development on whether it makes sense for our practice.
Right, and this your buying of cool gadget philosophy is it's something. It's a through line, if I could say so myself, of cool gadgets that you're trying to look at.
Oh yeah,
and so it's a good philosophy to have. We don't have a whole lot of counter space at the office, as we've said.
I told you what I want to do is buy a robot to actually run the 3D printer.
Nice.
Because I think that's got some pretty solid.
That could work.
It's pretty solid.
When you think about it, a 3D printer already is a robot. So I wonder if it could kind of do itself.
Right.
Does it?
But again, researching and making sure you don't institute technology that gets in the way of doing a good job it's a balance.
Right, exactly.
It's a balance.
Because you want to be doing dental work, not learning how to do AutoCAD.
Well, and that's the thing is, do you want another hobby? Is it going to be another hobby that takes away from things you'd rather be doing, the balance of life and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
But it is cool technology. The technology is growing so fast that, it's almost like you're like, well, I'm going to wait, they're in 3 months they're coming out with this. Well, that's like computers.
Yeah.
It's almost like you would never buy a computer if you end up being almost, almost frozen by the speed at which technology is advancing, and you end up doing nothing.
For sure. I felt this so much, and I felt this in getting this tablet. I felt that in getting this little game thing that I got.
Calculators are advancing so much, I'm just going to use my abacus.
That's so funny. It's so funny you say that because calculators have not advanced in 30 goddamn years.
Wow.
They
I'm
have
just
cool
saying, the
calculators.
TI-83 Plus has been around for
That's true.
1,000 generations.
That's true.
They have
Wow.
calculators that have like full screens. You can play like games. It's like a computer now.
That's
I know
kind
that.
of more like a personal computer than a calculator.
I totally know that, but the price of the old ones has been consistent. It's like it's like Coke in the 1800s.
You're right. They, you could program them, and I remember when it's like, I got this calculator, and you can program it for your math test to have the equations already in it. But then it's like, well, I got to take a friggin' class just to learn how to use this calculator.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
like you run Doom on it and you're playing with the little tiny paddle direction things on it. Anyway, all right. Well, we are. So you did a 3D. I'm so sorry to touch you on the
that's
shoulder
all
so
right.
much. You did a 3D printer demo at one of our
it was
friends'
more just
thing.
like talking about it. So basically what
okay.
this particular 3D printer uses a pool of liquid and lasers. And what happens is the laser hits the pool and then the pool moves and it hardens wherever the laser hits, it hardens it. So it builds everything one layer at a time. And basically it's funny because it's like, well, if you buy this printer now, in 4 months, we'll have software that uses the same printer, but it's way better resolution. So all they're doing is improving the software, which is true a lot of times. They have new software to make the same hardware do a way better job. And so it has to do with, like, whenever you're using a printer or something, you pick the, I mean, how good do you want the resolution to be? 600, whatever it is, DPI or whatever. I don't know, 6 or 3 or 12. Well, that's where the advancements end up being, is in the software that is written to run the, run the hardware.
Right.
And so they're getting really good, and they're getting a lot stronger with respect to the things you make. Are they strong enough to actually chew with? And the problem is, people think, well, yeah, I mean, I can bite down on that. It won't break. But again, chewing, it doesn't break on the 500th chew.
Yeah.
It breaks on the 150,000th chew.
It's a stress test.
Absolutely. You got hot water, hot coffee, cold water. You've got all sorts of different forces, and it cycles
Crunching
at angles.
Snacks. Soft snacks.
Beef jerky. You got Jolly
rock
Rancher.
candy. We've got
Jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers, a classic.
Which why anybody
Walnut
would eat a
seeds.
jawbreaker, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
honestly,
that's
they were
like-
too
I don't
big
think they
to
eat
enjoy.
them. They just kind of wait until
that's
it's
like
gone.
calling, this candy's called heart attack candy. Why would you eat that?
Ooh, that does sound pretty good. Though.
Yeah,
Although it has
okay.
lots of butter.
Like
in
the
it.
that's the Heart Attack Grill, the hamburger place. But anyway, so yeah, we're just looking at doing that, and that the whole thing of continuing education. And in BNI, you you put down continuing education credits or whatever.
Right.
And as a dentist, we do a lot of that stuff. So I'm always registering those as part of continuing to advance in our profession. And that's true really for everybody, even the realtors or whatever.
Did you guys know that if you read the big long email from BNI, that counts as a CEU?
Yeah, that's
No.
That's what
but
I
I'm
do.
chalking up 100 of them because I've read them all. The
Yeah.
big long email. Well, that's good to know.
Where it's like, hey, this is Kristen Gear, and I'm here. and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
telling you
Kristen.
some
Yeah.
stuff on a thing. I don't know.
Hi,
Yes.
Kristen. Kristen
Shout
watches.
out to
Anyway, yeah,
Kristen.
she watches the podcast. Write a review. Send in a question. We've got a mailbox episode coming up. I think it'll be 110, I
Absolutely.
think. All right. Well, is there anything else that we want to talk about? How I did want to talk just a little bit about how a 3D printer would integrate with existing technologies that we already have at the office. We've talked about it a little bit. We've got the iTero scanning
Ooh,
thing.
yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
That
That's
makes a model of your gum teeth.
Well, right. And that's a really good segue into this because we actually just bought another iTero scanner and we utilized it on that
Nice.
patient yesterday. It was a referral from Miranda. She came in, we scanned her teeth, took a photo of her teeth, and then the computer straightened her teeth
It was
and then
cool.
put those straight teeth on her face.
Yeah, there was a guy, there was a talk at the ICOI who was a guy talking about that where he had like this, you can buy a laser scanner from Amazon and it will scan the topology of their face to make
that's
to
that
put
green
all the-
camera thing. It shoots green
Yeah,
lasers
yeah.
on their face. Yeah, and that's called, I can't remember what it's called, telemetry or geo
a
whatever.
big
It's-
word is what it
Yeah, it's a
is.
big word. But that was pretty crazy. And that's the thing is you go to these meetings and you find really cool stuff. You're like, I want that, 2 of those and 3 of those and some of the naked lady tees and give me those. And then you have a whole garage full of shit you don't use.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. And then your wife is like mad at you because you spent $100,000 in Las Vegas.
I'm just now thinking of this idea. Have you ever thought about making 3D printed temporaries that have a whistle built in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? That's a thing?
bottle-
That's
open.
not a bad idea,
That's
right?
not a thing.
That's
Wow,
a thing.
I
You could
am
get-
gullible.
If you no, I'm just saying if you just 3D print it with it's not a chewing one. It's more of a novelty.
Yeah.
temporary. Obviously.
Well, why not just hand someone a whistle?
Well, because it's like it's built into their face. Nobody's gonna know. And you're
Well,
like,
yeah. When's that
Or
going to come in
something.
Oh
handy?
my gosh.
You know what? How about
gotta-
you just
you
learn
have
to
to be
whistle?
imaginative,
How
is
about
all
you
I'm
just learn
saying.
to whistle?
what
Yeah.
are some other things we could put
Swiss
into
Army
a
tooth?
faked- Exactly.
We've talked about this.
I know,
Swiss
but
Army
now
tooth.
it's a
A
possibility.
champagne
You could
bottle
actually do it.
tooth. Well, wouldn't you just chew the cork out of a bottle? Yeah. So we're going to, all right, well, let's workshop that. Swiss Army teeth. We already talked about that.
Is there anything else we want to talk about additive manufacturing in dentistry?
No. But the iTero in combination with the 3D printer is something, because we, again, like with the cases where we have a cone beam scanner, which uses
cones to beam scan.
No, it basically takes an image of the person's skull, and we combine that with the iTero, so it puts the iTero scan of the teeth on the bones of the face, and that's how we make the surgical guide.
Right.
And that's one of those things, is what ends up happening, like you said. How many hobbies do you want to have?
Yeah.
And it there's companies that you just call them up and say, hey, here's the scan, here's a CBCT. Let's build a case together. And that's what I did Monday. I talked to a technician. So do you bring that in-house, or do you just have a company do it? And that's what we're looking at doing, the possibility of bringing some of that in-house. So just exciting stuff. Yeah.
That'll be so exciting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's it's always fun to talk about new interesting technologies. But with that, we are going to move on to our final segment. Our favorite segment. This is a special edition of Celebrity Smiles.
Celebrity Smiles.
You heard about this sports thing that's going on? You know what's going on? I
World
swear to God,
Cup?
Soccer. If you say Kanye, I will
Soccer?
slap you. Soccer, yes. That's a callback.
Gosh.
All right, we've got soccer
Doesn't
going
Kanye
on.
have
World Cup.
some soccer shoes?
World Cup.
All right. I don't like soccer.
You don't like soccer? That's
I
a
don't.
shocker. Rhymed it up.
Soccer.
Miranda.
I
Do you like soccer?
I don't really watch sports.
Yeah, I
but
don't either.
If I were to, it probably soccer
Diving?
would be before football and baseball.
Well, isn't that the original football?
Yeah, football.
Football.
Okay. So,
Okay, Ted, who's the celeb?
who's the celeb?
Well, I want to talk a lot about it a little bit because we've got some extra time.
Oh,
so
good.
football, Miranda, does your family like football at all? Do you care about the World
like
Cup?
football or football?
You know what I'm talking
soccer
about.
ball.
No, not that I know of. Actually, no. That's
Do you
a
know
lie.
your family very
I know
good?
Danny watches
Oh, okay.
soccer.
Yeah, what's her
she
favorite
was
team?
watching-
Does she know?
I don't know. Shout out to Danny though.
Yeah, Danny, if
Yeah.
you're watching,
Hey,
like
We're
this
send us
video.
an email. Tell us about soccer.
Like and
people.
subscribe,
Yeah.
people on YouTube. All right. Well, soccer.
Okay.
Is
is
it
a
the World
sport.
Cup in Qatar?
It's in.
Yeah.
It's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff about that.
Somebody told me that no woman or beer
Yeah.
was allowed
Yeah.
or something, but I don't know how accurate that was.
I
but
think women. I've
I
seen
did
pictures
see
with
ladies
women in
there.
it, but
What? Where is
also a
Qatar?
lot of people died making the stadium like a lot more.
like
than other people.
3,500 people.
Like a
or
bunch
something.
more than other places. It's still bad in other places, but this is like way extra double orders of magnitude
yeah.
bad.
Also, I heard that that Qatar or wherever it is,
Qatar,
they paid a bunch of money just to have it there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. And we're
So-
going to talk about the person they
Okay,
paid
so
the money to.
one thing: where is Qatar in relation to Dubai?
let's see.
I think I don't want to say something.
No, that's okay.
I don't
No,
know
that's all
enough
right.
about-
That's all right.
I'm not
That's all right.
geography of the Middle East.
Let's.
You good?
I just jerked my headphone off, almost ripped my ear.
All right. I think you're all right. You good?
Not really.
All right.
That
The
was
first
upsetting.
person.
Oh, it's by Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's by Oman.
What is?
Or Yemen.
Qatar or
Or it's like
Dubai.
next to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where Dubai is. I don't know that
Okay.
area.
I think
Okay.
Dubai's in the UAE, but I don't know. For
all
sure.
right. All right. Let's go ahead. Somebody.
Okay, first person, soccer. Who we do name any?
Pele.
Messi,
Pele.
Ronaldo.
No, not Pele. The first person's name is Sepp Blatter.
Who's that?
This is the person who is at the middle of the FIFA.
Oh gosh.
The FIFA corruption stuff.
Oh, there's corruption.
Oh yeah, it's quite possibly the most corrupt organization in the world. FIFA.
Full upper denture. What? FUD.
He's really old too. He was banned from FIFA because he's took bribes or something.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah,
bummer.
it's bad. There's a whole John Oliver thing.
Greed will
about it.
get you. Greed will get you. You
That's
can
so
get
funny,
some.
Yeah.
Get some better teeth with them.
It's not a priority apparently, and neither is being a good person.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, for sure.
He never smiles. He has no reason to smile.
Good. He shouldn't. I think they took that away from him when they banned FIFA. He's not allowed to smile anymore.
Yeah, he has a denture for sure.
All right, so what are we giving Sepp Blatter, the funniest name?
We are going to give him 3 Kanyes.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
We have to stop.
The Kanye
We can't
scale.
do it anymore. We have to be done.
How about we just say the CS?
Sepp Blatter.
He's
What did you give him?
3.
3
I was
out
gonna
of
say,
10.
I was going to say 3 too.
3-2.
3 soccer
32?
balls.
3 as well.
3 World Cups out of 10.
3. He's got a full denture and he's nothing wrong with dentures,
No,
but it's not even a.
but
good
he
one.
is
Yeah.
he's corrupt.
It looks scary.
Okay, next person in Celebrity Smiles is going to be one Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who's she?
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Oh my
quite
God.
possibly the most
Weren't-
famous, one of the most famous football players in the world.
He had a ton of work done. Did
he?
I
Did he?
I remember he used to have like really bad teeth.
Ooh,
That
this will
was
be a
him,
good
right?
one. then. I
Really?
didn't even know that.
I thought so. Teeth.
Well, a lot of
Evolution.
these guys have.
They get kicked in
You
the face.
you guys, look at this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, number 7 was in lingual
They look
version.
much bad as the
Oh,
worst
he had
quality
braces.
video. Whoa!
Yeah,
That'll
big
do it.
time,
Oh man, they look
Yeah.
so much better now,
dude.
For sure.
Yeah, he.
Dude, you got to click you're in
What am I
this
doing?
lowest quality. There you go. Now you can zoom in.
Dang.
They look way better. Does he have a
Oh,
a
man.
temp or a
No.
crown or-
So
Are they his real
it was
teeth?
there. Oh, look! It even shows him with braces.
Yeah, that's
Wow. But then it looks like he had them straightened, and
Yeah.
then veneered.
There was such a big space you can
Veneered.
kick the field goal through them.
Yeah, he's got nice teeth.
Mm-hmm.
He's just look at him. He's got the jowls of a frickin' pterodactyl.
Yeah, no, his
Or
face
T-Rex.
is very sharp.
Yeah,
Cute. He's
looks like
handsome.
you could shave
For
with his
sure.
own chin.
Yeah, no, he's-
Yeah. All right.
What are we giving him
Count
out
it
of 10?
down. Wow. Hold
do
on.
we do current?
How many soccer balls? Yeah, you talk about like their current dental work.
Dude.
That looks great.
Yeah, his
Those
teeth are
look
nice.
good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Do they wear
Is he
mouth guards
Brazilian?
in
I
football?
don't know.
I'm going to tell you what. Is he Brazilian?
I think so.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what.
Yeah. What?
Wait, it says
Tell us.
British.
I don't
us
think
what.
it's
Brazil
His name is Ronaldo.
has one of
Look it
the
up for us, Miranda.
highest. They have one of the highest dental IQs. You go to a nightclub. See, they look fakier here.
They have one of
little
the
bit.
highest dental IQs.
Yeah, you go to a nightclub and you go in the bathroom and they've got floss dispensers in the bathrooms of like, and there's an orthodontist on every friggin' corner in Brazil.
He's
Have you
Portuguese.
been to
by the way.
Portuguese. It's Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have I been to Brazil?
Well, yeah, you went
I've
there,
been to
right?
Brazil.
Yeah.
Mhm. Wow, he's got
Cool.
nice looking teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Count us down.
I don't need to. Just say the numbers.
3, 2, 1, 9.
9.
Good job. Yeah, they're great teeth. I think they're.
Oh, these are.
I mean, he looks mad in that one.
Yeah, he's got some nice looking teeth.
He looks like he can run for a very long time.
Yeah, he's very tan. I don't know why.
All right, last person. FIFA football.
What does FIFA stand for?
The Federal
Institute of
Investigation
Dentures.
of Feet.
The Federal
Something.
Institute of Bad Dentures.
No, it's the Miranda. Look it up. She'll
I
find
am.
it. She's gonna look it up.
International Federation of Association Football.
It's probably a different order of things in a different language.
Right.
Federación Internacional. I'm Mexican and I can't pronounce it.
I am
Oh,
learning
God damn it.
so much about the World Cup, and this is just
All right, last one.
All right, last person is quite possibly,
Uh-oh.
and I only know this because I looked it up
It's
just
Messi.
before the show, the greatest football player
Is it Messi?
Pele.
in the history of the sport of football.
I don't know.
This
anybody
person's
except
name
Messi.
is Lionel Messi. Good
Yo,
job,
ooh,
Miranda.
I was
Miranda
right.
slam dunked it, baby. Do they have?
Why do
slam
they
dunks
say he's so good?
He's like the best football player I think in the history of the sport. But I don't. Someone told me that, and I believe them because I don't know anything about football.
When you know nothing, you know everything. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, someone could have been like, "Duh, you haven't heard of Criando blah 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 blah? He's the greatest football player."
His teeth are
Not great.
They're okay.
Looks like they were knocked out and then glued back in.
Not the best. Is he British? Are we going to find out he's British?
What?
I think he's Argentinian. Or I don't know. I don't know anything about
Where's
football.
he from?
Please don't write in about how wrong I am about football. I don't care.
Well,
I also don't know. I'm
He's-
sorry, I'm defensive.
He's Argentine, Italian, and
Yes.
Spanish.
Oh.
Yes.
Born and raised in Argentina.
But he didn't. He never played on the Argentina team. I don't know. Anyway, football.
Never even heard of him.
If I just keep saying football, we're going to get through this together.
Okay.
What
Count
do his
us
teeth
down.
look like? 5, 4,
All of a sudden, we're starting
3,
at 5.
2, 1.
5.
It adds suspense.
5.
Wow. Yeah, not the greatest.
He might have gotten kicked in the teeth several times.
You think so?
You know, hockey people have rough teeth.
Ooh, maybe I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
There isn't like the Stanley Cup's not happening right. Is it happening right
I don't
now? Miranda,
even
can you
know.
look up if the Stanley Cup
One of
is
the
happening?
things your mother loves about me is I know nothing about sports.
Why does she like that about you?
Because she grew up in a family where they were sports nuts. And every Sunday, it was like, shut up and watch sports with us. Yeah, which is not
Great.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, is there anything else we want to talk about football about?
Football.
Anything
soccer.
coming up?
Everybody in the U.S. makes fun of soccer, but it's like one of the most popular sports in the world that we do. That
Yeah.
cricket's pretty popular too.
Yeah.
I
just wish it wasn't so boring.
What,
It's not,
soccer?
I feel like
Yeah.
soccer's the most exciting compared to football and baseball.
Basketball. I think
Basketball's
basketball
cool.
is the most exciting one.
Basketball and
like
football are all above actual
Baseball
American football.
is.
Football is arbitrary as hell. That's why I don't. Because why the number?
Wait, are we using soccer and football
I'm so sorry.
interchangeably?
Say football.
American football as opposed to football.
Have you ever watched
is-
rugby?
No.
Rugby's freaking.
People get their ears ripped off. And
Yeah, they're not wearing any. They're not wearing any friggin' pads.
pick
and
up
they're
a big
just
giant muscly guy by the shorts. Like you pick his whole. It's
looks
crazy.
pretty mean. Yeah,
It's pretty intense.
pretty crazy. Yeah.
I did want to say one thing. We talked about the Thanksgiving Day parade in our Thanksgiving episode.
Right.
And we were saying how lame it was. And this year it was awesome. They had a flying Goku and they had a bunch of cool stuff. What else did they have?
They
Do you
had
remember?
a Bad Bunny.
They had a Bad Bunny
balloon,
thing. It was
yeah.
pretty cool. I was
They were talking
surprised.
The
about
best
the
float?
parade.
The
Wasn't
best?
the best one, but I thought it was cool.
The
They
Goku
included
one was by
Bad
far
Bunny, baby. Sorry.
Best one. No, the best
Should
float.
Should we end the thing with a goal?
Well, I got it, guys. I have to read the outro, and then we can do
Okay.
that. All right. Thank you for listening to the Dental Works podcast. If you'd like to support the show, please give us a rating on iTunes or your podcast player of choice. If you'd like to get in contact with the show or you have questions, please send an email to dentalworkspodcast@gmail.com. We may talk about your question on the show. If you're located in the Phoenix area and need dental work, please give us a call at 480-391-0099. And, it looks like he's about to make it. He's running towards it. Go! All right.
You got to warn me next time so I take a nice deep breath.
This podcast was produced by T-Door Productions. Theme song written and recorded by Neil Hathaway. Vocals by Terry Work. Sound effects provided by freesfx.com and zapsplat.com.